This is a U.S. intelligence agency mind control.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love this guy. This is my new favorite guy, by the way. Is he talking quietly because it's night and he doesn't want to wake his parents up?
Possibly.
Fucking propeller hat, man.
To make this video, and I just want to say something before.
He is totally trying not to wake his parents up because he's recording at night.
I'm not making this video because I want anyone canceled. I'm not.
Could be louder.
To piggyback off of someone else's name for views.
Buy him a
I'm not
propeller.
making this video because I care about clout or whatever the people that are going to come and comment about what I'm about to say, because I know there's going to be certain people that show up to comment and say things like that, say, what I'm saying isn't true, I'm full of shit, whatever.
You are full of shit, true.
But originally, this video was going to be me talking about some comments that Kafal's made recently. Some of you might know that name, some of you might
I could do
not
so
know
much
the name
work with this dude.
Kafal's is a streamer and
Kafal's?
What do you mean?
Kafal's?
What do you mean do work? What are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, like, I could clean this dude up.
Right.
Get rid of the propeller hat. He's talking about keffals and calling her kafals.
Kafals, yeah. I did notice that. You would think that you would double check the pronunciation, wouldn't you?
On these
Don't make fun of his
social media
speaking
platforms
head,
that
man.
she has, and I've seen her. I've seen a lot of clips of Kafals. I've seen a lot of clips out of context. I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a lot of articles about Kafals.
Oh, gross!
And,
what is with that one nail?
I've seen a lot of things that I disagree with.
Is that just a band-aid on your finger? Please tell me that's just a band-aid.
Yeah, it is.
Are really
okay? It looked like a nail that had like a black undertone.
Think are just not okay to say online. And originally I was just going to make a video, reacting to some of the things that she said, some of the things that she said about Hassan very recently, which I don't want this,
no, not Hassan.
Like making videos defending, like Hassan, or like,
Cringe.
just videos about like people that criticize Hassan or whatever. But, I decided before I, actually sat down to make this video.
The tweet I'm making is guy in propeller hat tells us how to stop leftist infighting while trying not to wake up his parents.
I could make a video where I actually talk to her. I actually have a conversation. I bring her on the channel.
Yeah, dude, she's totally going to talk to you.
Actually, we have a conversation about what we disagree with. The focus of this video, this video specifically, is the fact that I think that a lot, not all, but a lot of online progressives and leftists or lefties or whatever you want to say, there's a huge disconnect when they have a disagreement with each other and, actually being able to have a conversation about said disagreements. I feel like there's a lot of just setting shots back and forth on social media, not actually.
I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
Have a talk about stuff.
First of all, you think he wears this fucking propeller hat to the bar?
100%.
And also, like, the meta of these like nerdy like circular and like octagonal glasses coming in, like, oh, they're in again. Not for you.
I think that there are some people that do that really well. I think that Sam Cedar and Emma Vigeland are really good at being able to have disagreements with people, even, people on the left, and, actually be able to talk about them. I think Hassan could do it really well sometimes.
Unless it's gun control, and then he has an emotional breakdown every fucking time.
The weapon of war.
I think, sometimes he gets a little angry at his chat or whatever, and he
a little angry at his chat.
And I think that there's a bunch of leftists that wear their takes better than me, but that's beside the point. But that's what I want the focus of this video to be: the fact that when it comes to online progressives, it seems to be, at least largely in part, that there's a disconnect when people disagree
from reality because they don't touch grass.
And a little bit of background before I play this clip, because I went into Kafal's chat while she was live streaming.
Kafal's
to maybe come on my channel
I can't get
and
over
chat
the
with me
Oh
about
my
some
God.
things that I just care
False.
about. You know, just have a conversation. I've only done one other debate, and that was like an actual debate with some random commenter. That you know, I asked. I was like,
Remember
"Hey,
when
you wanna
this
debate, bro?"
started
And
and
he
I
was like,
said
"Yeah,
this
sure,
guy
that's
is my new favorite guy?
Kafal should come on our show instead,
I've
and then
tried.
we can tag him.
Bro,
and then
people
we
have
can
tried.
tag
People
him.
have tried to get her to like talk to us and shit. That's like one of the people that people have actually wanted us to
Mm.
talk to.
Mm. It would be pretty funny if she did come on this show and then we tagged him. It's like,
It's up on the channel.
it's one way to
But a little
create
bit of
beef.
background. So almost a month ago now, Hassan was doing a stream while he was on a trip in Italy, I believe, and he has about a 40-minute
Ah,
segment
trip
in
in
his stream
Italy.
where
How bougie.
He went to Italy to fucking sit in some guy's house in bad lighting on a computer instead of going outside. Epic, bro. Hassan really has a
he
fucking
talks
problem. Like,
Yeah, just fucking take a holiday, bro. Jesus Christ.
about a lot of different things, but he brings up Kafals and he brings up Vosh and he talks about some other leftists, I guess, and you know, he says a lot of stuff, and Kafals actually
Kafals.
responded to it in a video. This is not the right video. Kafals responded to it in a video where she said, Hassan B had a meltdown about me, and she said a lot of things in this that I disagreed with, but she said one thing that I really thought was so reaching. She said specifically that Hassan just hates drug addicts, which I don't know if I can even play this clip in this video. I'm right here, but she like straight up, like not jokingly says like Hassan just hates drug addicts, which I mean, I don't know Hassan personally. Okay, I don't know, but I just
Really
like, the
wouldn't have
amount of
guessed.
times that he's covered, you know, addiction issues on his streams and talked about how addiction to drugs is a problem. I feel like that criticism, you can't make a case for that, no matter how hard you try.
wait,
like,
did you actually look
when you
that the
felt,
only
you
two
know, a
channels
little-
this guy
a little
follows?
upset
Did
that,
you
you know,
go?
Hassan
Because like
was, you know,
ours are
specifically,
public, like
calling
who
her
we
out,
follow. Because
which
like you know, because like obviously I follow Fox News. How else would I
Mhm.
fucking get these great Fox News clips that I show
Yeah.
all the time?
And our facts generator, the amount of shit that
Oh, that's
we
the
put
that's
on
the other
this
channel. I don't know if
account.
that one's public. I'm not sure if that
Yeah.
one's public, but on my like my one on YouTube, the one that's streaming
Yeah.
to my account, you can totally see
Mhm.
what I've subbed to.
Yeah,
you know, I
looked in
understand
the
that, you know, if
video.
someone's calling
Okay.
it's all furries.
you out, then, you know, obviously you're gonna have some type of emotion about that, you know, because we're all human beings.
Uh-huh.
But I again, you know, and also just for the record here, because I like to be as transparent
Just
as
for the
possible.
record.
Just for the record here, I tried my best
I'm
to
fucking
actually
better than you.
DM Kafals and, you know, ask her privately if she wanted to come on the channel, and I can't do that on Twitter. It says you cannot message you because you are not verified. I've never seen that message ever
Well,
before, so I don't know why.
Oh
It
my
means-
god, you
that
haven't, bro?
setting,
That
whether or not it's
message is my
verified or not, I
nightmare.
don't know.
Because they're like verified users.
Yeah,
only.
because now I have to tag people publicly and
Yeah.
shit to like
Mhm.
engage in like, hey, want to do an interview and stuff.
Yeah. It just makes it a fucking nightmare. Unless we just like pay for the 5th gen Twitter. And then we
Oh, and
like
verified it? Yeah. Well, if
and
we had the money
verify
to
it.
do that,
Yeah.
I would verify it, but we don't have the
Which-
money for it.
Which we could have the money if people
Yeah.
subscribe to the Patreon.
It's only $1, one bone.
Hmm.
You'll get raw LTEX, extended LTEX, so
Yes.
you can hear the psychotic takes we have to cut for the general audience. And like, oh my god, if I still have, I probably don't, but if I still had Pega's recording, that would be a really good one to put up for the
Yeah.
raw take because she says some insane shit. But as if when you're interviewing diaspora, that's what you have to expect.
Yeah. You can't really like butt in and sort of push back much either.
Well,
'cause
it's not
sort
like
of-
she was wrong about the shit she said.
No.
It's just,
it's just sort of it scares
There's-
people off.
there's just a lot of context you need to add when you talk about
Yeah.
like how like the regime is using like the idea of Kurdish nationalism to divide people.
Yeah, it's very complicated and gets very very complex very quickly.
Mhm.
So it's unless you want a 3.5-hour conversation about one topic, that's what we're gonna do.
The only two ways, as far as I know, that you can get into contact with Kafals is either through her public Discord server or through her Twitch chat or like leaving a comment on YouTube. But like, what is that going to do? So
Public
she was
Discord.
streaming live, and I decided to just
So whoa,
go and ask
trying
her,
really hard trying really hard was you trying to check if you could message her on Twitter, seeing you couldn't, and then giving up. It wasn't you know how it's you can get a hold of her on Discord, and you didn't try to join the Discord to say, hey, let's talk.
Crazy, right? Effort, maximum effort.
Hey, would you like to come on my channel and discuss some things?
Maybe it's a
with me,
Teletubbies hat.
some disagreements that we have, some disagreements specifically about, some criticisms you made about Hassan. There were some other things I want to talk about. That's specifically what I asked her about. And I'm going to play that clip now. This was her response to me. I tweeted this is 1 minute after I sent this message. I just came into the stream and immediately sent
so he did go to her Discord and do it.
He went to the stream.
Ago, I said,
no, that is
take
Discord.
calls. I'm a smaller creator who covers politics.
No,
and
it
was
wasn't
wondering
a
if you
Twitch
would come
chat.
on my channel and talk about some of your criticisms of Hassan, which I disagree with. And one of her subscribers, I guess, or someone that follows her said, please, big streamer, please give me your viewers, lol. And before I play the clip, I just want to say, I've gotten a lot of people that say shit like that to me in the comments when I was making my videos about the Young Turks, and some comments that Anna Kasparian.
Yeah, because the Young Turks is who
a lot of people were saying,
you
hey,
farm views off.
He said you might join al-Shabaab. That was a joke, though. Who did I say that about, though? I don't remember. I remember saying this joke, but I don't remember the context of when I said it. Because I was like, I don't know, al-Shabaab's looking pretty good right now. No, the takes that I'm cutting are generally like things that could be construed as somebody being racist and stuff when it comes to talking about Iran and the interpolitics between Persians and Kurds.
Yeah. Or like sourcing bad sources.
I said it in the BRG episode. That's funny.
Of course it was.
hey man, you're a grifter. You're just trying to use their name to get clout and to get viewers and to get subs and to make money. And I'm gonna be honest. And
come on,
she does.
We don't.
No, she does though. That's what
money.
she's not a political channel. People are like you can. She's definitely on the left, but to say she's a political channel is kind of inaccurate. She goes after tankies more, but she's definitely like a drama channel, which isn't like to be like negative or anything.
Yeah,
that's just the type of content that she makes. She's not a fucking like here. Like she's also Canadian, and when 4chan chased her out of the country, right? And she now lives in fucking Ireland because it wasn't even safe for her. Not 4chan. Kiwi Farms. She literally shut down Kiwi Farms over this, right?
Yeah.
But they like even found her when she was in like Britain or something based on the sheets at the hotel.
What the fuck?
Yeah, crazy shit, right? So it's like she's not even in this country. She's in fucking Ireland. And if you want to talk about a leftist country, even though it's like unlimited fucking capital there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting country.
Feel about this criticism. If I was in this for money or clout or whatever, I wouldn't fucking be making political content on YouTube. I would be making any other type of content. Well, not any other type of content.
That's why she doesn't.
I would not be making.
She's in Northern Ireland. Okay.
If I cared about clout.
Same thing as Britain.
Then. If I cared about literally anything that people say that I'm caring about, that it's not. I used to be a brainwashed conservative, literally straight up. Went to Christian school my entire life. Conservative talk radio. Fox
what do you want,
News,
a fucking cookie?
I
had a political transformation.
I want to try to at least, in some ways, make it so people that believe what I honestly believe.
Our banner is covering him, and all you see is his fucking propeller hat now.
Horrible, just terrible way of thinking and way of life, because it really is super toxic. Okay, that's the reason that I honestly make these videos.
I laughed into a muted microphone.
I used to be a conservative.
Very funny.
Now I want to dedicate, my life to combating conservative mis and disinformation, combating people that are, just brainwashing people and just doing this heinous shit.
And instead, what you're doing is making videos defending Hassan, one of the worst disinformation agents on the internet right now, primarily because of how wide his spread of disinformation sits. But that's what you're doing. So please tell me more about how you're preventing disinformation.
Feel my heart.
As opposed to us who have been doing it.
Telling lies, Jack.
The entire time that we've been operating,
When I see
little thing called integrity.
He's telling the truth on how to pronounce Kafal's name.
Kafals. We have to only call her Kafals now.
You know, and then people are gonna start getting mad at us. Being like, why are you calling her Kafals?
It'll be deep lore for the people here at the start.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna know that this is the origin point.
Progressives and leftists, using their platform to spread misinformation or hate or whatever.
Yeah. Huh.
It just people that have larger platforms than me, when I see them do things that are not valid or
like
are
Hassan?
just horrible, and I'm not saying that I haven't done things that are unproductive. I absolutely have. But when I see certain
like making
things,
videos,
it really upsets
Hassan?
me, and it's hard for me to stay quiet about stuff that upsets me. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
But when it's easy to stay quiet is when you're recording
here's
at
what
night and
Kafal
don't want to
said.
wake your parents up.
She gets up before she reads the message, even though I think she was in the room when I sent it. Yes, she was. But she gets up and walks out, and then comes back and responds to the message. And this was her response. And I say something else in the chat here. I think I sent one or two other messages. I'm not 100%.
Oh my god.
Also, it's like I believe this is her Discord that she has pulled up here. I don't know. I don't use Discord. I'm pretty sure it's Discord. I don't know though. So yeah, I said in the chat to the person who responded to me, I'm only asking. I have over 4K subs. I'm just trying to have a conversation, which I am. Again, I get a lot of comments here about.
Okay, I'm back.
People saying, reach out to these people, see if they want to have a conversation. So that's what I try to do. I honestly try to do that.
Hey, Kafals, I'm a smaller creator who covers politics on YouTube. I was wondering if you want to come on my channel and talk about some of your criticisms of Hassan, which I disagree with. What criticisms do you disagree with?
I'm so excited. So did I. I have 2 of his shirts.
Well, he's saying for this guy, that's his, like, he's treating it like church here.
Ah. Right. Still. Not a lie.
You know what's great?
Mm.
Jack is never gonna make a video about how he left the right.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm not fucking dumb. Nobody gives a fuck. But what I could do is not so much a how I left the right, but more of a lesson on, I wouldn't even say radicalization, but like a lesson on observing people around you is probably a better idea.
There's this guy I just watched the other day. Like, I didn't really identify with anything in his video, but I just like commented, like saying like, this is a great video. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything you say in here, but like, this is great content, right? And it's this guy. His name is Dan with red hair. He has 3,000 subscribers. But I'm gonna post this in chat. Anyone who wants to see like a really, really good like male loneliness, like the video is called "I Should Have Been an Incel, Narrowly Escaping the Alt-Right."
See, that's almost exactly the type of thing that I could make, right?
I organize white dudes who have been in danger of being radicalized by the right.
That's actually very interesting. Where? In America? Because like that's actually very interesting. Well, here I'll
It's COVID.
Yeah.
The Australian government stuff about COVID was pulling, and also Gamergate. Yeah. It's the COVID to Gamergate connection.
Yeah, like I could literally talk about all of this, right? Because I was there when Gamergate started. I was there. I was watching all of that content. Got into Steven Crowder's stuff. I literally only watched I watched his show because he, immature, like edgy comedy, retard. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Whoa, and you said the R word.
Yeah, it was for context. But, fucking cancel me, please.
It's funny because you don't care and use it anyway. That's why I was pointing it out.
I do not care. You're right. But I also think that, and I think the difference with me is there is no malice, right? It's not, because it's an interesting discussion that I don't have time for. the nuances of language and speech and all of that sort of stuff. It's a very in-depth discussion. But this is what I was going to do. So let's see.
Yeah, don't navigate off this video. I'm enjoying every.
No, I'm going to come back. Don't worry. I'm just going to give everyone this gem.
Zapata's getting grunty because Biji's playing.
If you guys want to see some funny shit, look up this channel.
Oh yeah, you can look at Jack's old content before I recruited him with my propaganda.
Look, I've even got the Australian flag in the background. Yeah, super cringe. I was still fat here too.
Yeah, now I'm the fat one.
Anyway.
Okay, so
side tangent there. If you want to go,
this guy's entire video is a side tangent, bro.
True. But if anybody wants to go have a look, that is available.
We still got to look at the Disney stuff.
Yes. Well, let's skip to that now.
No. I want to watch this guy. I want to hear him finally getting.
Smaller creator who covers politics on
so,
YouTube,
like, Keffels is going to be like, okay, but what didn't you like, right? So that's going to be her response, because imagine her taking her time out, just being like, oh, you're a smaller creator. I'm going to totally take my time out, give you a call, be like, hey, what did you disagree on?
Yeah.
Like, what did you think was going to happen? You should have said specifically.
Yeah, exactly. Like, be specific. If you're asking someone to come onto something and go out of their way and spend their time giving you their time, you need to make it worth it. Like, it's very simple. Also, it's more the defeatist nature of most.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Jack hates fat people.
It's more the defeatist attitude, this fat positivity type of person.
He's anti-Ozempic.
Ozempic's good. It makes you lose weight.
Well, you said it's a cheat.
It is a cheat. See? Just go to the gym and eat KFC once a day, and you'll lose 65 kilos. But yeah, like it's more the defeatist nature of it. It's more like this I'm already here, so I can't. It's not that I don't, or I don't want to, or I lack of motivation. It's I can't. It's this I can't mindset. Mindset.
Maybe they're disabled.
Shits me. Maybe. All of them.
Maybe.
Every single fat acceptance activist that cries about how being fat is natural, I will rant about this.
This is now we're gonna lose everyone.
I will rant about this. But at the end of the day, I don't actually care. You know what I mean? Like this, it's more an opposition to this ideology of defeatism. And like, I literally lost the weight because I wanted to go on roller coasters. The motivation is not, the motivation does not need to be high. It's pretty low motivation. I haven't been on a roller coaster since I got back from the US and started losing weight. But that's still the motivation. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Talk about some of your criticisms of Hassan, which I disagree with. What criticisms do you disagree with? Well, I'm confused exactly.
Does she just do streams to her Discord? Is that what this is?
Oh, her chat is linked to her Discord.
Ah, okay.
5th gen Jack, still a fascist, correct. That dude, you just flung poop out of there, Mike.
Come on and we'll talk.
I don't know why someone came in right now. It's like I'm discussing like really dark shit. but I don't
Anarcho-fascism.
know.
I again, this is probably on me, honestly. Like, I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. I literally just came right into the stream and sent the message. I didn't know that she was I didn't know what she was covering. Honestly, I just was not paying attention at all, and that's probably on me.
Yeah,
This
bro.
person again-
Yeah, it is. Maybe you should have sat in the fucking discussion for 5 minutes and actually planned your approach instead of just going, "Come on my show."
I mean, some of the people that I get, I've been working on, like this Singapore one that we just did.
Mm-hmm.
That type of shit to earn people's trust. The way that we did. By the way, everyone is gonna love this Singapore video when it comes out.
Yeah.
We just have to get these two that like take a lot of production effort out ahead of it, and one is almost done.
That's also called anarcho-capitalism.
Anarcho-fascism is more of like Order of Nine Angles stuff.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what.
Interesting.
So like you know how I showed you like the opening page of the Iron Gates.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. That's anarcho-fascism. They believe that in a collapsed society they can basically do whatever they want.
Isn't that kind of like the Brotherhood of Steel? Isn't that like their kind of idea?
The Brotherhood of Steel is they believe that they need to guard technology because it would destroy man again.
Okay. Close, but not quite.
Yeah, they're actually, and they're also like you can't join them. You have to be born into it or something.
Yes. Yeah. Mad Max. Yeah. That's the yeah. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, like it's, but sure. I mean, there's technically police in a state, but
yeah, Mad Max is a cop.
Yeah, so it's like there's discussion to be had on what the world could be called, but I don't think anarcho anything is.
It's more post.
Yeah. It's after everything. Everything's collapsed and everything's just trying to stay together. That's what it seemed like anyway. The original.
Plus, even in America, like if you cite Hamilton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anarchy, as defined by Hamilton in America, is just having complete freedom for the people. Because Hamilton stated that his goals was going to be between, like, it's not democracy and anarchy. It was like order and anarchy.
Yeah.
Right. He never said democracy. He
but
said
that's
between
why
tyranny and anarchy is like democracy being the lynch point. And these guys didn't want the regular citizen to vote. So let's be clear. You know what he was talking about here. He wasn't. He's like, so like just giving people the right to vote was an anarchist policy.
Yeah. I mean, democracy and anarchy are basically intertwined. Like they can't really work
also,
without
patriot literally means anarchist.
Yeah, that's something that we've been discussing
recently.
Like
the American Constitution and how the word was used at the time.
Yeah.
Responded said, usually you DM about that, not this cringe self promo in chat. I'm not trying to promote my shit. My Twitch account.
Thomas Jefferson also sucks. Thomas Jefferson is like,
I only use his Twitch.
Out of the shitty racist guys, he's the best of the shitty racist guys. So like Jefferson has like some good takes on certain things, but it's like inside that good take, there's also a few bad takes.
Yeah.
You know, like his thoughts on religion are like kind of cool because he like takes out like the mysticism of religion. But because like Robespierre is what about Hamilton? Hamilton sucks.
That's right. He did the Jefferson Bible, didn't he?
Yeah. So like if you think about like Robespierre, right? He was like, no religion, we're gonna replace it with guillotines, right? Jefferson was like, we could take the mysticism out and let people kind of keep a religion. It's definitely a better strategy than Robespierre had to the situation. You know?
I mean, Robespierre and the Soviets kind of had a similar idea, right? You eliminate God, and the state becomes God. Like,
there's literally a quote from Marx about religion, like religion is like the poison of man, something like that.
Yeah,
you know, it's like that,
explicitly anti-theistic.
Yeah,
which
and like
we've discussed
this is where like I talk about it with like Black Redguard a lot, is that you look at right now with Palestine, right? The biggest thing, opium of the masses. See, everyone knows. They're all chiming in. So like the fact that socialism ended up being anti-theist when it went to the Middle East, it created Baathism which is national socialism. It combined socialism and nationalism because both those ideologies were against the Muslim Brotherhood. But there is like Islamic socialism. It's very minor and it's pretty cool. And I might talk to somebody who knows about it and bring them on, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But the entire thing, like these people would have ended up being like socialist Islamists because, like, for example, Maoists are the ones who start the Afghan war against the Soviets. Like two Maoist factions, Sagdullah Mujahidi, who is the English-speaking guy who spoke English really well and would be on stuff advocating for the Afghan war. Very old guy. Ended up being a president of the Transition Council before the Taliban takeover and stuff. And then the other guy is a guy who you can see in the White House talking to Reagan. It's like Mohammed Nadi, and he's also one of the guys who endorses and joins the Taliban. But he's like the moderate guy. He was a moderate Islamist. And the other guy was like a big time Sufi guy. Wasn't Gaddafi an Islamic socialist? I would describe him more as a national socialist than anything. He wasn't really. He claimed that he incorporated Islam. Yes, I was going to say Gaddafi is just a bastardization of Nasser's ideology. It's the same fucking thing. Baathists are literally Hitler, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. The amount of times I've tried to tell people this, and they're like, "No, they're not." Fuck off. Yes, they are.
Well, I
they're
mean,
literally aligned with Nazi groups. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like saying Russia isn't the Nazi country out of Russia and Ukraine. There are literal gigantic groups inside Russia connected globally
what
to
was
the
the
Nazi
deal with Gaddafi's
network.
female security guards? I'm surprised they didn't kill him, honestly. So all his security guards, he had been raping them from a young age.
Yeah.
He would go to the schools and select little girls to rape and stuff. Ow, don't bite me.
Be more of a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing, I imagine.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just cycles of abuse creates fucked up fucked up results in people. Like, you can never really predict, unfortunately. So
that's
it's
like,
also
you know how
track back.
not Borat, but Sacha Baron Cohen, he did The Dictator.
Yeah.
One of the jokes was that he had all female bodyguards and they're all virgins, and he knows because he inspects them every night. Like, that's the Sacha Baron Cohen one that I didn't really like because it was a little too close to home about some of these atrocities.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I think if socialism was more open to religion, basically, if socialism was more open to religion, there would already be a Palestine state.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, that's because like as I said, when you kill God, the state becomes God. That was the whole purpose. Any state that is anti-theist is totalitarian by nature. I believe.
Stop resisting it. Stand up for everyone. Stand up on your little leggies.
He's not having it. Give him something to hold. Maybe he'll stand up. Give him a little sign. Right.
Stand up. You dropped it, you idiot.
Anti-theist is just anti-religion.
Stand up.
Like, it's theism is religion. Anti-theism is anti-religion.
He's too stupid to stand up.
Too fat.
All our civil rights leaders are Christian socialists. Not only that, like, you look at Quakers, right? Like, Quakers were always the ones who were against slavery, and that's why that's why like the West, like, you'll hear PragerU make this argument about how is secularism bad in the Middle East. Trying to push a secular ideology is exactly how not to get your ideology. It's not that secularism is bad.
It's got its place.
Yeah.
Just like everything. Like this is the thing, and this is why America doing all their shit is so egregious, because
Like
it's
you, for
America coming
example,
into other countries and just being like, hey, do it our way or don't do it at all.
for example, and people will be like, what? How could you use this guy as an example? He's a fascist. So Ataturk in Turkey, right? Turkey is like 99% Muslim, but Ataturk founded it as a secular state. And the military's role is to make sure that it stays a secular state. So it can happen in the Middle East. But also you have to think Ataturk, this is like after the fall of the Ottoman Empire, Turkey is reduced to nothing. So he comes up and he like remakes Turkey. And also Nasser was totally secular. So there's this famous speech with Nasser. I think he's in Morocco. And it's like an Islamist protest him or something. It seems very staged, I think, if I'm thinking of the right thing. But it's like a wedding or something. And then he's saying like, an Islamist came up to me and he said that I should make the hijab mandatory. And I asked him if his sister wears hijab, and he said no. And I said, you think you can take control of a country when you can't control your own sister? Basically, was like lying to the guy.
Hilarious. It's a good way to do it.
When realistically, he would have just killed him if it was Nasser. Nasser is like, he definitely was he definitely propelled this Arab nationalist movement, and he wasn't a Ba'athist, but like he was definitely, this was like post World War II nationalism. If Ataturk is a fascist, then Nasser has to be too.
Yeah.
Account to play games, and the YouTube attached to my Twitch account is my gaming channel.
At least Ataturk ended PYT. I wish it was the current
gaming channel. There's no way for me to get into contact with her. There's literally no way for me to contact her. So I said, you know what? I'll go in the Twitch chat. And that very clearly didn't work. You can even see this message here that says their link to YouTube has 66 subs. LMAO. That's because I have my gaming channel linked to my Twitch. I don't have my main YouTube channel linked to my Twitch because I don't cover politics here on Twitch. They said it's a trap. Don't fall for it.
That is because he has to sell enough ebook.
I don't know. I said I just got here. I didn't know what you were talking about. Not trying to interrupt.
What do I use as a wall? I guess Matrix.
And she starts.
Sure, I'll do Matrix.
Talking about her wallpaper.
Yo, that's because you're in Europe. Europe does nothing right. That's the problem.
Anyway,
it's just.
So my critique, being confined to the Middle East and North Africa, I would say this North Africa, especially, you have the Christians as well. Like the only place where you have religion is this region, really. But I would say that secularism shouldn't come with anti-theism.
No.
And being in the Middle East is like, because I was going to the Middle East at the height of cringe atheism, right? Like I thought Bill Maher's Religulous documentary was like the best before I started going to the Middle East, you know? And there's something to be said, for example, so the reason why Afghanistan united is because the king said we're all Muslim, right? Because it's so ethnically diverse. And then you have Saladin, right? So the Crusaders couldn't do shit against Saladin because he was able to put the religion as a unifier. So if you're talking about especially when you look at old school socialism, the socialist project needing to be something huge, multi-state to compete with capitalism, to be anti-theist going into the Middle East during that era of the Cold War was dumb. And honestly, America, more than people realize, backed a lot of dangerous people. You know, what's that Polish guy's name? Brzezinski. Brzezinski literally helped the Shah get overthrown, helped the Mujahideen in Afghanistan. He's probably connected to the Black Decade too, knowing him. That was after him, but then he also the Singapore thing. I didn't even know about the guy with Reagan. where they're talking about how this guy who like killed millions of people in Vietnam, not directly, but spiritually advised Reagan to commit genocide in Vietnam, is the one who's like doing gays and fucking Singapore and shit now. Even though he's dead, it's his organization.
Fucking crazy.
That's the thing is that closing people off is dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Like the strength is from like, think about it, right? Think about it on the most basic of genetic levels.
Nixon's spiritual advisor. You'll see this Singapore interview we did was fucking off the chain. It's so good.
Like if you think about it from like the most basic of DNA perspectives, right? If you mix similar DNAs, you get defects, right?
Oh, like inbreeding.
Same fucking thing, right?
Okay. Whoa, anti-Semitic month.
Hey, that's you put that out there, not me.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But like it's literally as basic as DNA. Like the more diverse your DNA, the stronger you are. It's the same with anything. The more religions you have, the stronger it is.
So we'll see, but I'm told Islamic socialism is really fucking cool and really based. So we'll see if this guy will fucking talk to me about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff is connected to Pakistan, where they're persecuted. Like I have a friend who's do you know what the Ahmadis are in Pakistan?
No.
So they're just like they're still Muslim, but they're called the Jews of Islam. Because everything is blamed on them. They're always blood liable to the Ahmadis and stuff. Right? And they spend a lot of lobby money here. So do you remember the one guy, the libertarians hated him, but it was like this guy who was like Muslim Marine or something. He was super anti-2A and like wanted to ban assault weapons and stuff.
I don't remember that at all.
So that guy was an Ahmadi guy. And like so he was like so he used the anti-2A shit to basically get a bigger platform for them. And then you could, it was like public speaking. You would pay him to do public speaking and stuff. And it was actually just like indoctrination to like the Ahmadi faith.
That's fantastic. Because that's the other thing, right? People don't realize that there's hundreds of religions. So, like, to limit people's freedom to believe whatever they want it's fucked up. Who the fuck are you to tell someone that they can't believe in something?
All right,
like,
so
fuck you.
This is the page, right? So this guy was never deployed. He was like barely even a Marine.
Okay.
He's on the CFR, right? But if you go to his website and stuff, right, it's like book speaking arrangement right away. And then like one of these pages is just like straight up showing the where he's connected to the Ahmadis and stuff. Yeah, so it's like you actually like look in here and you'll start seeing more and more like Ahmadi stuff.
Interesting.
So it's just funny because like it's like very culty how they like do this indoctrination stuff.
It's very interesting.
But it's not like the Ahmadis are the only one who do that. It's just that was an example I thought of.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Could you make an argument that religion also excludes people? They do until they're based.
Yeah.
Right. Like so like the thing is that religion going to the extremes is just as bad as any ideology going to the extremes. But like we have a ton of like Muslim staff here, and like the main one that people are going to see is Ace. And like Ace, like I've never really heard him say anything prejudiced or bigoted. He just, as we talk about LGBT issues, he kind of doesn't chime in because he doesn't know about it. You know, so it's one of those like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything nice at all type things. Always the French. Yeah, so we can also, if we can get back to talking shit about French people.
Yeah, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But if it's about the French, fuck the French.
Plus, religion also, the bigotry in religion, like you see the anti-gay shit. The Singapore shit, by the way, it's all about this. It's all about fucking Christo fashion, how it's connected to like the Heritage Foundation here and stuff. It's insane.
All right, let's finish this video. And then
But
we'll,
like
we'll sign.
the whole thing with bigotry and religion, those people are already bigoted and they're using the church as an excuse. Even the fucking Pope is out there being like, hey, shut the fuck up. Marxism
Yeah.
is based.
Grooming and rape, please don't be weird debate lords. You know, maybe this was on me, honestly, you know, coming into her stream and, you know, talking about something when I didn't know what the fuck anyone was talking about. I also don't know why, but my fucking Twitch chat just doesn't work right. I can't see everything that gets sent in my Twitch chat for some reason. It's been fucking bricked for a little while now. But
maybe you should
know,
use an
Chris was
alternate
telling me
app
about
like
Miata.
everyone
So
else
I
on Twitch.
I don't know, guys. This is part of the problem that I said. You know, I know that I have a smaller channel, and maybe it really is just I have to grow my channel more. I have to, you know, have a larger following for these people to actually, you know, want to talk to me. The only people
I'll talk to you,
I have
bro.
ever talked to, at least
Come
lefties
on.
that I have directly spoken to, either through messages or whatever, are Benjamin Dixon, a while ago, and also I called into the Majority Report one time, and Sam took my call, and I got to talk to Sam and Emma for a couple of minutes, which was really cool. I'm always gonna, you know, just fangirl over the fact that I got a call in the Majority Report, got to talk to Sam Cedar. But it's like I said, there's no way for me to have, at least right now, there's no way for me to have a real conversation with any of these people because they don't respond to me. They don't say anything to me, and, you know, I might be coming off as, you know, maybe I'm coming off as, you know, this desperate, you know, little bitch that's, you know, just trying to
totally
I
understand.
really just want to talk to these people. I just want to have a conversation with them. I think that it's really, 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 really important. I think it's extremely important that, you know, if you want to respond to somebody, if you want to criticize somebody for something they said, if you want to call someone out, or if you want to discuss with them, you know, something that they said or did, you really have to understand, you have to know what it is that they said or did. That's what I do when I make my videos on conservatives and Republicans, when I'm trying to combat their mis and disinformation. Sometimes I just make videos where I'm just laughing at people, you know, honestly, just poking fun at them. You know, I try to have fun. But you really have to understand what people are talking about in order for you to be able to respond to it. I'm a firm believer in that. And if I can't, you know, not that if I can't, but I would really like to be able to have a conversation with some of these creators, just because, you know, I want to know, I want to be able to further understand, you know, if this is really what they feel like, you know, if this is really who they are. And again, Falls, in my opinion, has said some really horrible shit in the past. There's been some allegations about Kafals that I'm not going to get into in this video.
Noodles.
Again, there's so much
mentioned.
disinformation on the internet, just in general, especially when it comes to creators like this, that it can be really hard to pinpoint the truth. Not really hard all the time, but sometimes, you know, it's really hard to fall into a trap of something that's just a lie on the internet, because so many everyone can say whatever they want on the internet, right? You can pretty much say whatever you want, and some people will believe it, some people won't. And if you have a big enough platform, you can say whatever you want, and, you know, it could literally just all be lies, and no one's gonna bat an eye, and people are gonna believe it, and they're gonna eat that shit up, and then they're gonna go out and share that information that's wrong because, you know,
like Hassan
platform said it.
and all his fucking watches.
So
fuck Hassan.
The thing about Wahhabism winning, I mean, we've known this is happening since the Afghan-Soviet War, how much money Saudi Arabia puts into like these madrasas and shit. Like, so this Wahhabism is also an extension of Saudi nationalism. And like, just Saudi Arabia controlling Mecca, like, somebody needs to take that away from them in general. Just get it out of their hands. There's like, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but something like the rebels in Syria, they made a deal where like they can't come to Mecca anymore. Anyone who like opposed Assad in Syria can't come to Mecca, as like a deal with like Assad that Saudi Arabia made. It's something along these lines. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, like there's like Christian missionaries as well. Like, it's not just like the Wahhabism that like fucked Malaysia, but like you look at Christian missionaries everywhere. Like Indonesia, how it went from like Buddhist to Muslim and stuff. Like, not all of this is good stuff. But if you look at like you exclude America with this, I finally unbookmarked it because I stopped using it. But if you look at a map of religious devotion, right, America is like the only one in the global north. So I think being in America, we're more reactionary when it comes to religion because of how zealotous religion is in this country. When in Europe, like people who are Christian in Ukraine, they've like been to church 3 times in their entire life. That's Christianity in Ukraine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So
And I'm gonna.
So we have an entire LTech episode. We had been wanting to talk about the Siege of Mecca for a long time, so we brought in a creator who does specifically like Muslim history videos, and we do a history of militant Islam, and part of that is talking about the whole story behind the siege on Mecca. And like we also talk about the Black Decade in there, which is like very unknown.
Again, I'm gonna make a follow-up video to this. I didn't get any other response from Kafals here. I didn't send any more messages because I was just like, okay, there's no point in me wasting my time here.
Baptized cakes and eggs. They baptize them or just bless them? They sprinkle them with holy water and say, "You are now baptized." Consecrated. Okay. See, like, there's stuff about Islam that I really like against idolatry. Like, fucking hell yeah, let's topple those statues of Lenin.
Yeah, no statues. I am a firm believer in no statues for anybody. Unless it's like a statue representing an idea, there should be no statues of an individual ever.
Jesus' religion used to be a form of ethno-nationalism. Most religion was. Look at the Iraq Civil War.
Can't email her. The only two, or I guess 3 ways.
She doesn't want to talk to you, bro.
Public Twitch chat, and
like, what are you gonna tell her that like she hasn't heard from other idiots about her critique of Hassan? This is like the most trolled person. Like, Tanky's number one enemy is fucking Kafals. I like seeing David's cock in Florence. Okay, you raise a good point. If there's cocks on them, they can stay.
The YouTube videos, which again, I don't think that most people are going to take that seriously. Because I do believe in being able to talk privately about stuff and work that out. But I honestly just wanted to I want to have a conversation with these people. I want to talk about this stuff. I want to be open and honest with all of you guys.
Check this out right on my feed.
That's where.
Active violence against the Medis, right? So they desecrated tombstones of the graves here.
Yeah,
because they're not like the Muslims they're supposed to be. So like Pakistan is another one. So like the guy based the Constitution of Pakistan off Ataturk, but he made it even better. Muhammad al-Jinnah and the Muslim League, right? So they made it so like they literally put Hindus in government to make it balanced, and basically Pakistan technically was a secular state in founding. Like it's a Muslim state that was accepting of all other religions as well.
Yeah.
And then Zia-ul-Haq changed that.
Right.
All right, Matt. I'm a little, just in this weird space right now when it comes to making this content and talking about these things, because I get really anxious when, fans of people that I call out come and just dogpile me and, say a bunch of shit.
Statue of Liberty is not a real person, so that's also fine. I guess you could argue David isn't technically real either, but, like Mount Rushmore, Lenin, Marx,
blow it up,
bust,
tear it down.
The statue of Clinton in Kosovo, that especially needs to go. That thing's ugly.
Get rid of it. All of them. All of the statues of people. Every colonizer statue, fucking tear that shit down. Destroy it. Melt it down and
use it for the bullets.
On Parliament. Yes. Perfect. Melt it down and use it for the bullets. It's perfect. Even better. Fantastic. Love it. Fuck statues.
Yeah, you're full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just criticizing them for views. You're just using his name.
The Clinton
one
is
comments
funny.
On my Destiny video that I made that said that again. Anytime I talk about a specific creator, conservative,
it can go to a museum.
Yeah.
Or progressive, there's always people that are coming into the videos, with the exception of like Sam only, pretty much. Sam Cedar and Emma Vigilante are pretty much the only two that I talk about. That unless some crazy conservative motherfucker shows up in the comments just to troll me, most of the comments are pretty positive.
Are we trolling?
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier.
This dude has probably had nobody criticize him.
Maybe. It's hard to tell, really. Some people can just ignore it.
the past that I have never posted. I
I
didn't
mean,
think that they
like
were good
we
videos. I
have.
don't think I articulated my points.
Comments are
way.
one thing.
And
Mm.
I also, again, always have that feeling in the back of my mind, that anxious feeling of, if I post this video, are people going to, come and just shit on me? It is a genuine.
This one, yes, because you said this video was called "The Problem with Discourse Among Progressives," and made it look like you were going to talk about like Keffels and Hassan discourse, but instead it's you crying about how your crush didn't message you back.
That is pretty
And
much
it's a
what it is.
20-minute video that could have been not a video
Right.
to begin with. You shouldn't
Yeah.
have made this video, period. This could be a Twitter post. I mean, I complain on Twitter constantly.
Thing that I feel, and sometimes it scares me a little bit, and maybe I shouldn't feel like that. That's just me. I mean, it is just me. But that's going to be it for this video. I know that this video is kind of all over the place. It's like I said, I feel really strongly about people misusing their platforms, especially when a lot of these people have bigger platforms than me, and when they use those platforms to say,
That's okay. Oh, we're technically
shit that,
smaller, so
not even that I just disagree
we're
with, but
good.
it's
We
just,
can shit
it's
on them
just
all day
hateful
since we're
or
slightly smaller.
information that's incorrect or wrong, or just they make shit up.
Mm-hmm.
It really weighs heavy.
Yeah,
on
like
my
saying that I
mind.
have a propeller hat. It's not a propeller hat. They make shit up. Their information is wrong. There's clearly no propeller on my hat.
Just I can't. Sometimes I just get to the point where I can't not talk about stuff. Okay, I can't not talk about stuff. So I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I know that most I'm assuming most people in the that are subscribed to me are not people that know me personally. But I wear my heart on my sleeve. It's really hard
Twitter
for me
is
to not
my
talk about
fucking
stuff that's bothering
anxiety
me,
outlet.
talk about stuff that I feel strongly about.
When I
So
have anxiety, I post on
that's
Twitter.
going to be where.
My Twitter activity these days is I go on Twitter, I scroll about 6 posts, I see what's on there, and
I see a femboy,
leave.
gotta come.
And then I close the app and don't open it for a couple days. It's great. Highly recommend.
I leave this video. This video is a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. 20 minutes
Oh
long.
my
So
God.
you hear all
Yeah,
the way to
we're
the end of
aware.
the video. Congratulations. You listen to me rant and be all over the place for 20 whole minutes now. 20 whole
At
minutes.
least you're
That's gonna be fun for you
self-aware.
guys. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Press
Yeah,
that little bell
go
for
ahead.
notifications. so you guys
He's
know when I
asking
upload
for your
it. Guys, like I said,
engagement.
I'm gonna make
Oh,
follow
that's
this
not
video,
very
for
nice.
this video. I don't know if it's going to be out tomorrow or not. I don't know when I'm going
No,
to.
no,
I
I was fine.
I will
just
give
like-
him a like. No, I will give him a
I
like.
have
He
heard
can
some things that
have
you said in
one.
the past that
It's the only
I
one he
disagree
gets.
with, and I also think are just
All right,
completely
go
unwarranted.
dislike all his
So
other
let me know
videos
what you
now.
thought of the video. And
Don't actually. We gotta look at some
No, I know.
Disney stuff with the Daily Wire to wrap here.
Oh, he's got a Tim Pool one.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?